what's up? And the topic of today's video are kids and how important kids are in our life. As for me, I see kids as the younger, especially the younger they are, the more closer they are to their original self, because they are born in the world and they still didn't acquire all these different layers of the world itself, like the culture, the knowledge, the school, the expressions that are covered and shit like that. So that's why the kids are like the younger they are embodying the rawest form, like the original spirit who they are, because they don't have these layers, especially like the younger kids. Like I have never had like hella small babies to witness how they experience life and shit, how they react, act and shit like that. But I saw a lot of like kids, like for example, when a little kid gets surprised or shocked, he may start to cry immediately. It's like all that thing is like the thing is like they don't have this type of I know they don't have this type of covering system where they know how to logically cover their emotions, and like for example people do. Because for example when you feel sad, you may go through different layers of you covering that shit, and you're not actually feeling and you hiding that sadness to be expressed, but kids didn't have this type of layers from the get-go, and they acquire them through the life and shit, through their lifetime span and shit like that. But at the get-go, in the beginning, they didn't have this type of shit, and that's why the younger kids are the kind of more emotional they are. They have this like straight reaction, especially like the from 0 till maybe 1 or 2. They have this like straight reactionary system that doesn't hold back. Automatically they respond, automatically they smile, automatically they get sad, automatically they cry, automatically they get angry. And it's like sometimes they even smile, and they still themselves may not understand why they smile, but they are like living on and off based on like vibes at the moment. Like they don't understand language, they don't understand that they shitted themselves, they don't understand that they are hungry, they don't understand that they want to go to the toilet and shit. They don't understand those things, but they do feel discomfort, so they do feel some type of vibes, they do feel some type of pain, they do feel uncomfortability in their underpants, they do feel something touching their heart and stuff like that, so that's like the rawest, the vibrationary, the vibe type of shit that kids have. They don't have this type of layers. Only with time when they acquire this type of layers and shit like that. For them, because this world consists of these layers and people trying to hide themselves. The deeper they hide themselves, maybe the tougher, the cooler they are, they think, and shit like that. And you also, maybe a lot of times you hear this kind of expression of going around, especially like in the around elders and shit, like people who are 30, 40 years old, they have to find their inner child, because that inner child is the most original shit, that's like, there you don't need other shit to be happy. You're just being happy based on your own self, and it's a very good thing. And yeah, so I would also suggest for you to go back to your inner child and shit like that. But your inner child cannot be layered down and covered maybe it's like even to some degree hard to find it, because depending on how old you are and depending on the experiences that you went through, that's how deep your let's say inner child will get down there in your body or in your soul and shit like that. And you may cover it with different type of layers that you have to dig through a pretty long time and shit like that. But yeah, also like another little thingy that I also kind of think I have witnessed, that kids, especially also the younger they are, because the younger they are, the rawer they are to themselves. They don't have this type of layers, as I mentioned before, right? And the younger the kids are, the more curious they are about stuff. So basically it's low-key like a kind of new spirit gets born, it's like like basically actually it's like a new spirit gets born and doesn't know shit, and it wants to get to know shit, and it's like you cannot prevent him from doing that, because like what the fuck then are you doing if you're preventing your child from being curious and discovering this world? And different kids are acting and reacting differently, different kids are have different type of qualities and characteristics, and each kid will discover this world and be curious about this world and discover this world, yeah, in many different types of ways. So you cannot take all the kids and show them the same shit. That's like one of the ways have to already put layers on a kid. You give them the same book for them to discover this world in the same way, even though they're all different. That's already like putting shades on the inner child, and shit like that. Then you have so also like an allegory, that's the same kind of allegory that you can use when you I'm around churches and shit. You can use Jesus ufam tobie. Oh, here, yeah. And this the same thingy you can see even yourself when you start to play a game. Let's say you're starting to play a game and this game is new to you. You don't know shit about this game. You want to go discover this game as much as you can. Maybe you will get more into, like, let's say you're playing Minecraft, right? You're more into forging stuff. Maybe you're the other guy is more into discovering stuff, and all will start to play this game which you started just at the moment in different type of ways, depending on which type of person you are, which type of curiosity, what for you is the most important thingy from the get-go and shit like that, which also maybe ties in with like zodiac signs or your spirit in general. Are you like a water sign, earth sign, what you need, like more stability, or you need something more emotionally type, like, shit like that. But yeah, and it's like if you're starting to play a game of Minecraft which is like hella new to you, you're new in that game, right? You have a lot of curiosity, curious energy, curious thingies that you want to, and you are trying to find out a lot of thingies. But let's say you have a friend who already played that game pretty a long time, and he's telling you, nah bro, don't go there, you don't have to go there, there's nothing there, I already collected everything, or it doesn't cost the time to go there, like, it's not necessary to go there, it's not necessary to build this, it's not necessary to do that, you have to build this in this type of way, it's better to get some stones first, or build like an axe, then you can build this sword and shit like that. So that's basically this person who already played the game and telling you all this BS, or all this like rules, how the game has to be played, and what is better, what is not, because he already went through it. It's like you also have these examples with parents, where some parents, they don't let their kid to be curious and do different stuff. They may start to teach the kid in the way that they think will be beneficial to him. They will do all this crap that is not needed. They will prevent the kid from even experiencing some stuff, even though these experiences may teach a person. I mean, like, of course you have to tell the kid that, look, this is hot, you don't have to touch it, blah blah blah, don't touch the stove, this is hot, blah blah blah. you know, shit like that. But you don't have to completely take under control the baby's development and shit like that. And it's like also I wanted to mention that, yeah, and some parents, as I also have a video about, I hope your parents are not miserable. And you know, you some kids may have miserable, some new spirits may have miserable teammates, who will be like, yeah, I think I know what's better for this kid. I want my kid to be like this type of way. You know, like for example, say you're playing Minecraft and you want to have you're the guy who goes and kills all the demons, and you need a guy who will build and get resources, you know. So you are getting this new player to learn how to build houses. Therefore, when you'll go out to kill demons, what gives you fun, so when you'll come back, you don't have to build houses, and you'll have a person who will build houses. This kind of similar formula you can have within different families too, where you have parents who are like, oh yeah, I have this kid and I have this type of goals. I think my kid will help me with this type of goals. And then that's like hella bullshit. Then that's so goddamn miserable from my point of view on a parent who thinks that way. But yeah, so kids are actually like, you have to actually, even like a lot of parents, a lot of elders can learn from kids, because kids, they don't have this different layers. They are actually themselves, they're actually the real OGs, because even OGs may not be OGs, but like the kids are the real OGs, because they're saying everything as it is. You know, if you will act different or strange, they will tell you like, bro, you're acting strange. They will not have all these layers of you being like, oh, if I'll tell him he's acting strange, he will not give me this, or he may think that I'm this, or maybe he think that I'm jealous and shit like that, you know. But actually, you just wanted to tell him that he is strange, and the kid will tell him that he is strange, you know, because the kid doesn't give a fuck. Only like later with time he adapts all these different type of layers, due to the fact that we all live in this layered Saturnian world, you know, which is based on layers and layers and layers and layers. Then you have like a ground, which is based on layers. Then you have buildings, which is based on layers. And then you have goddamn sky and shit that is based on different layers. Then you have bodies based on different layers and shit like that. Yeah. And yeah. So also like a little fact that, you know, you also maybe witness when, for example, an elder or a grown person talks to kids. And for example, let's say, you know, like a baby asks like an elder guy, like, why are you not doing this, what you want to do? And the elder will start to say, oh, it's very hard to explain, you know, it's more deeper than it is. Something like that, right? It's more deeper than it is. I think it's hard for you to understand, but when you'll grow up, you'll understand it, you know. But that's in some way, this elder or this grown-ass man, he knows what's up. He knows that he doesn't like this job, but then he puts all these layers upon the original spirit, the original fact, which is knowing that this job is aimed for him, and he puts all these layers on top of it for him to hide it and actually say that everything is that deep, but actually is not. Everything is not that deep, you know. It also goes for your like hobbies and shit, you know, your wants and needs, the stuff that you want to do, the stuff that you don't want to do. Like, you know, as people say, like, if you actually want to change something, you have to stand up and actually change it. You don't have to build all these layers. Like, if the person will look at me this way, if I'll lose my job, if I'll not have money, if my parents will then regret me, or like blame me for something, blah blah blah. And you just put layers on layers. You just create layers from nothing, you know. You just yourself get super lost, and you hide yourself super goddamn far for you to get away from this like original spirit of you actually standing up, and this is spark, this flame of you actually standing up and you actually changing your life, you know. So don't put layers. That's like how the people can learn from kids, because the kids, they're OGs, bro. They are the actual OGs. They will tell you, like, if something is fishy, they will tell you something is fishy. If they'll tell you something is wrong, they'll tell you something is wrong, because they get it. Only like parents and elders, with time they grow up and they think like, okay, to hurt a person is bad, yeah, but there's like different type of layers, that he is a different type of race, that he has a different type of philosophy, that he's from a different country and shit like that. But the kid would tell you from the get-go that it's not good to hurt another person and shit like that, you know. But only the elders. So basically, elders are way more stupider than the actual kiddos. Like, what the fuck? Wait, I'll across the road. So the babies are actually smarter and shit like that. Yeah, that's kind of crazy what life we live in. Kids are seen to be stupid, and they need a lot of control for that shit. But basically, parents are the ones, and the elders are the ones who need to get their shit together, you know. So yeah, so that's basically like everything. I think it's enough about kids. Basically, kids, the younger they are, the closer they are to themselves, inner child, because they don't have this type of layers, or only with time they acquire this type of layers. Then they are hella original too. They'll say if something is fishy and funny, they'll say it as it is, because they also don't have this type of layers of them worrying about how they will be seen. Especially the younger they are, the more it is. And they are good, even like, you know, sometimes if you like believe in spirits and shit like that, some of the kids, they come into some a parent's life as a representation to, like, as a representation to teach them something, you know, as a learning lesson. Like, bro, you don't always have to be like stuck and practical and shit like that. You can also be emotional too, and shit like that. But it's like also depending on the water signs, and which, like, not water signs, but zodiac maybe signs, or the energies that they bring, and depending on which energies the parents had too much or they lacked and shit like that. But it's like, it's maybe another already story, another type of topic. But mostly that's it. As I said, kids are hella curious too and shit like that, because they're new to this world. And maybe if you'll have a kid, let him to enjoy this life in the way that he wants to enjoy it, you know, and give him opportunities to do that, because you may prevent something from happening which would actually save this type of world, you know, just because you thought you're smarter and you can you know better what is better for this kid and shit like that, you know. So yeah, so the kids are the most realist OGs that you may find, the best teachers that you may have, the helper, the best psychologists and shit like that. If you actually like have a younger brother, or you have like a younger sister, or you have a kid, or and shit like that, doesn't matter, or like a cousin, doesn't, if you have a small kid somewhere around you, and you may have something that you have on your heart or on your mind, and you want to find an answer to, or a question, and you know if you'll ask different people they may look at you strange, go and ask the kiddo, I guess. Go actually ask the kiddo. He'll not blame you, he'll not judge you for different questions that you have. You can ask anything. Like, you can ask, yeah, if if there's like difference 15 years, if there's like a difference in 15 years between me and the guy who is my crush, is it alright to date him and shit like that? And the kiddo will tell you if it's alright or if it's not alright, because he knows better, you know what's morally okay and what's not morally okay. Because you know how they will judge it? They will judge it based on if it was done to them, you know. If they'll hurt a person, maybe sometimes, you know, sometimes you have kids hurting other kids when they're small without even them understanding that. But they don't understand that because they're still kind of curious and they haven't went through that, and they didn't know. Only with time, if the kid will hit a kid, that kid will hit that kid back. The kid who hit first, he'll be like, oh yeah, so it actually hurts. So if I don't want the same happening to me, like, you know, it even says in the Bible or something, if you don't want it happening to me, then I will not do it to other people. But grown ups, they already forgot this factor, because they already put so many layers on top of it, so that they get lost, and they now think that sometimes it's okay to hurt somebody because the guy is another colors, or yeah, another color based on like a different type of layers. Like it can be physically colored, it can be mentally colored. Okay, you have different types of perceiving the world and shit like that, in different type of colors and lenses and shit like that, right? So yeah. So actually, when you have kids, don't do a lot of greedy, shitty shit to them. Actually, I'm not saying to use them as an advantage, your advantage, but I mean, just have fun with them. Just have fun with them. They'll bring you fun, and you will have fun. So that's basically it, what I wanted to say in this video. So yeah, find your inner child.